Okay, guys, so hopefully this is what you got for your graphs for 3 and 4 in your notes. If you didn't, just raise your hand or talk to me the next time you see me about this so we can deal more with this. So let us jump in to looking at equations in intercept form. So these are almost exactly the same thing as the questions you guys saw previously in the previous part of the module, in which you guys were asked to rewrite stuff into, or rewrite intercept form into standard form. So looking at negative and then x plus 4, x plus 2, what I want you guys to be drawn to is I would look at the x-intercepts of the graph and saying, what do I notice about those? Like right here, I have a 0 at negative 2, 0. Then it looks like I have another one at negative 4, 0. Well, if I look at this, well, let's jump to the next one. Maybe we could start seeing some patterns here. Looks like the zeros are at 3, 0, and at 6, 0. And then this one looks like it has a 0 there and there, so it looks like it has one at 7, 0, and 3, 0. So what kind of things can I notice? Well, looks like all the numbers are involved in the equation. Okay? But then if I look at plus 2, I get negative 2. If I look at negative 4, I get plus 4. So it looks like it's similar to what we did before, in which plus 5 meant that I was going to the left 5, plus 6 meant I was going to the left 6. So it looks like this is telling me I'm going to the left 4 for 1, 0, left 2 for another 1, right 6, right 3. Okay, there's a pattern. So intercept form has the form of a times x minus p times x minus q. Okay, so if it's minus, that means it's going to the right. If it's plus, that means it's going to the left. Okay, so let's look at an example right here. The first thing I want to do when I look at this form is I want to find the zeros of the function and graph them. Well, just thinking, I have a minus 6. That means I'm going to the right 6. Minus 2, I'm going to the right 2. So I have a 0 at 6, and I have one at 2. So first thing is complete. I found the zeros and graphed them. Next thing I want to do is I want to find the axis of symmetry. Well, if I look at this graph, it looks like the vertex is right in the middle of those 2 points, which makes sense because the axis of symmetry splits those 2 points in half. So I can draw a line of symmetry right down the middle. Bad line of symmetry, but it is one nonetheless. Looks like I have an axis of symmetry at x equals 4. So what I'm going to do is just plug 4 into this equation. 4 minus 6, and then 4 minus 2. See what happens. Looks like I got negative 2 and 2. Looks like I got it at 4. Negative 4, positive 4 is my point of vertex. Negative 4, or positive 4, 4 is my vertex. So now I'm going to choose 3 points on one side of the graph and plug it in. I can use a calculator to do this, so let's do that just to make our life a little bit less complicated. So we're going to plug the equation in. We're going to make it negative, and then x minus 6, x minus 2. And then we're going to look at the table function. Let's just focus on maybe like 3, 1, and 0 and see what happens. Oh, let's see here. So we got to keep on going down, looks like. So I'm going to move my cursor down a little bit. Okay. So at 3, it looks like I have one at 3, 3. So I'm going to plot a point at 3, 3. And then I did the 0. What other one can I plot? Looks like I can plot one at 1, negative 5. And I can just reflect the points over the graph to get a parabola that looks like this. Let's look at another example, guys. So find the zeros. Right 2, right 1. So I'm going to go right at 2, and then at 1. Now this one, I have to find the axis of symmetry, so it's going to be right down the middle. Looks like it's going to be at 1.5, because that's what's in the middle. So I'm going to do 2 times 1.5 minus 2, and then 1.5 minus 1. So I got 2 times negative 0.5 and then positive 0.5. So I got 2 and then negative 0.25. So it looks like I got it at negative 1/2. So it looks like my vertex is at 1.5 and then negative 1.5. Okay? And then what we're going to do is just plug this into the table of values again. So I got 2 this time. I got x minus 2 already, so I'll keep it there, and I'm just do x minus 1. And then find a couple x values. Let's do 0. 0 is at 4, which means I can reflect it 1.5 to get another point at 3 1.5. Okay, and it looks like the rest of them, when I look at this graph, are off the page. So this is what your problem is going to look like. So I encourage you guys to try the next two. I'm going to have an answer for you guys, but I want you guys to try them first and then look at the graph. And hopefully this is what you guys got. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. But hopefully you guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.